Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back. And thank you for coming to join me, Bijou. Level 40 now. The normal. And as you can see, since we last... Just get me an underwater breathing buff. As you can see, since we last caught up, I've got shadow form. I've got mixed feelings about it after doing a bit of reading online. I don't know if shadow form is the huge DPS boost that it's made out to be, particularly in terms of speed leveling, but I'll show you what I've got just for an FYI of reasoning. So Spirit Tap obviously is the one that I think every priest needs to get this mandatory. Improve Shadow Word Pain, definitely. That's one of your highest damage spells, if not the highest. The next is really a choice of, well, where else do you want to put the points? You can put them into this one. It stuns targets. Well, there's a chance to stun. This one here reduces threat. It's pretty useless for soloing. I mean, there is some argument for this, perhaps, but I thought we'll just put it into hit, which is reducing the chance that enemies will, dodge your spells, basically. Coming into the next tier, this is kind of a tricky one. Some guides say put it all into improved Mind Blast. As you can see, I've gone for reduced time on my Psychic Scream, or improved Psychic Scream. And what else? Which leads to silence. Basically, I don't really think 4-second cooldown is going to make an enormous difference. So the silence though is really what I wanted. And that will help me at least interrupt casters when I can. Mind Flay. I used to think back in the old days that Mind Flay did this sort of insane amount of damage. Oops. It doesn't really do much damage, to be honest. But what it does do, if you have a mob who is running away from you, you can blast them with Mind Flay, and they will be basically snared. It's not strictly speaking a snare, but they sort of get locked into the Mind Flay, and usually that's enough to kill them before they get to their friends. Next tier down, Fade. I didn't really see any point in Fade. Little role playing going on here, very funny. Shadow Reach is pretty good. I wouldn't ever knock people putting their points here. You can basically increase the length of your reach of your spells, basically. So you can stand further back. Shadow Weaving is probably, again, mixed feelings about this one. It's a stacking debuff that makes people more vulnerable. Whether it'll stack up to 5 times before they die, I don't know. But anyway, increases the damage they take. Vampiric Embrace, this is a funny one. A lot of people dismiss this as a sort of novelty spell. It doesn't really, I mean, some people like it, some people don't, but when you cast it, your damage then converts into a bit of healing for you, so I can't remember how effective it is, but we'll see. This one is probably mandatory, obviously, increasing spell damage, shadow spell damage by 10%. And finally, Shadow Form. And why Shadow Form increases shadow damage again and reduces physical damage done to you. So that's my reasoning. One of the drawbacks, of course, if you're speccing in at 40 like I did, you lose your discipline spells, basically. So that's actually quite a nuisance because I've lost my wand damage buff. Let's go back and quick at discipline. One specialization, that's a really powerful talent, and over the next 5 points I'll be putting them into their, points into there, sorry. Then I'll be probably going into powered fortitude and shield and so on like I did before. So that's a quick summary. For those of you who are curious as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, I'll pick up some quests here. I'm going to go for a big run north. Still is dead, not yet. Down there, Akira's by the bundle. No, not yet. Let's make the inn our home. It's a new home. Innkeeper. Zanzel's secret. Let's see. And check mining. Zanzel's secret, not yet. According to the guide. Let's check the guide. Sometimes you've got to read ahead. Figure it all out. A couple of quests to hand in. Rumour monger. Dream dust in the swamp. Do I want that? Yep, I do. And this one here, skull splitter. That's one I want. Sunken treasure. Putting that in. Wow, that was good. Sunken treasure part 2. I'll skip the next bit. I'm pretty sure we are good at the moment. Okay. Rathi Highlands. Right. Got a bit of a run now, so I'll probably end up pausing the video. Got to run pretty much all the way up to the north. Let's take a quick little pause of the video and I will catch you when I get north. Okay friends, here I am, northern Stranglethorn Vale. I'm just running towards the quest I have to do. I'm just getting used to, I'll just say that quick, getting used to my shadow spec. And it seems to be pretty decent at the moment. Still wanding away, so priests are pretty much a wand class, if you didn't know that. A bit disappointing in some ways that we have to stay with wands. Anyway, I'll show you my basic rotation. I've got quite a good... You'll notice I can stand quite a long way back now from the mob. So you bubble. And you cast a Mind Blast. Shadow Word Pain, and then into your one. And that is that. So, I don't know, like that seems comparable to the disc spec, but one thing that's massively different already is the mana efficiency is enormous now relative to before. And what else? I haven't really been attacked, but in theory I shouldn't take as much damage as I used to. So here's another example. So bubble, Mind Blast, and then into a wand. Oh, Shadow Word Pain. I could have maybe cast the Mind Flay while he ran towards me. It can be, I guess, an acceptable part of the rotation. Boost up the, what am we call it, debuff. Anyway, I'll figure that out as I go. So as I said before, one cast of this puts on Shadow Vulnerability 3 stacks. I don't really get up to 5 stacks. That's what people were saying in the guides. You won't probably get up to 5 stacks on a single mob. The other thing too, just to notice as I run away from that fight, is shield is obviously still intact, but also like I'm pretty much back at full mana. I'll do it again just to demonstrate. Shield, Mind Blast, and then Mind Flay as he runs in, and then into Wanding. Checking out my mana regen, so maybe even I can maybe go for 2 Mind Blasts in one fight without having to drink. Just going to avoid that guy there. It's a bit dangerous looking. So I've got to get out to this little island for a quest. If you're not familiar with the Shadow Priest, one of the other things to notice is you cannot use your holy spells whilst you're in shadow form. You can, but it breaks the shadow form. So it's not ideal. Okay, so these guys before were resisting my wand, but this time they won't resist. Let's go for a 2 Mind Blast. Double Mind Blast. See how that works out. It depends how long between fights. That's pretty mana thirsty. And again, it's all in line with what people on the internet were saying about the specs. You probably won't do well if you're casting Mind Blast all the time. You'll be drinking, slow you down. So I think 1 Mind Blast per fight is acceptable. Maybe I should throw the Mind Flay in the rotation. Down here. At least gives me the 3 stacks of debuff. Might be too expensive, like casting 2 Mind Blasts. Mine are expensive, I think. this time I'm not going to recast shield during the fights. So as I was talking about earlier with losing your wand spec, there is a good argument to wait until level 45, until switching over to Shadow, and then you can keep your wand specialization maxed out. Makes a big difference. Okay, this time I'm going to throw on a Vampiric Embrace to check out how good the healing is. Not insane. Superficial, maybe. Maybe it depends on when you cast it. You try it at the start of the fight. A little bit better. Something to think about. Like, it doesn't seem to be an amazing healing spell, really. It does last the duration of the fight, which is good. I love Shadow Reach already. Having that extra distance makes it really, I just feel safer being able to stand further back. Getting lots of enchanted water. As you can see, you only get 2 stacks of shadow vulnerability in the average fight, which is this spell here, Shadow Weaving. So it's worth thinking about, do you really want this? No, maybe. This is essential for this, but I don't know if it's any good. I'm gonna get water elemental braces. I've only got 3. I need 6 total. Let's run out of this intellect buff. It's a shame. I'm noticing though that I'm really getting hit very much in these fights, attaining my inner fire. Too close together. Oops, that would be a mistake. Only one pulled, that's good. After this I'm going to head, actually, let me head over there, snap jaws. Basically creeping back up, which is really good. It's pretty mana efficient. Okay, quest is done. I just bubble and run. They won't catch me. Throw a renew on myself. Rebuff in a fire. And then recast Shadow Form. It's a very expensive spell, Shadow Form. Costs 364 mana, so it's a good idea to cast it when you're not anticipating combat for a while. So we're going to head... Ooh. Panther Mastery. It's not in the guide at the moment. Killing an elite panther. I wonder if I can do it. I feel like Discipline has just a better survivability for longer fights. I could be wrong though. Maybe it doesn't. Troll Sweat. Nice. Rend. Ended. It's hard to run directly back to the road. You've got to kind of fight trolls. Maybe I can come this way. It's a buff for you. Okay, I'm going to head down to this lake. We should just ignore these guys, they're not very high level. Not really worth the effort of grinding. Exchanging speed for fighting for experience. So here we need to fight crocolisks. Okay. Is there any there? There's one. No. They're a special type of crocolisk. These guys. Snap jaws. This water looks very violet, doesn't it? We've got a 1 yet. I think I'll ever get my mount as I think about it. Still no skins. Okay, let's head over. There's none underwater. I don't think. Send him away. Two of them coming at me. I hate those fish. There's a snapjaw. Still got a crocodile skin though. I think I had this problem before with this quest. Killing endless crocolisks for no result. Okay, finally. There's another one. I'll have to say it's not exactly large blasting through the mobs with ease. But knife through butter. So managing expectations is important. I was probably a little too excited to respec. So over here. There's a couple down here. I'm going to take a break in a second, friends. A lot of running. Rogue. Stealing my kills. A good time for a break. Go to a break. Over there. Over here, take this one down, and then have a break. Okay friends, I'm going to sign off now. Once again, thank you for coming to join me on this leveling journey. Feel free to like and subscribe. Comments always welcome. Come back and join me again soon. Bye for now.